Here are 18 things I do after I upload a YouTube video, and the compounding practice of doing all of these things after a video upload is what's going to help you catapult your brand reach, your views, subscribers, etc. And it's what's helped me as a business owner and YouTuber create over 10 million views on the YouTube platform throughout my career as a content creator. Now, the first half of these best practices are absolutely essential. You have to do them. There's no workaround to them. And the second half of the best practices are like icing on the cake, and those are the ones that are really going to, over time, compound and catapult your reach. All right, so without further ado, let's hop into it. The first two things I'm going to go over are, of course, the title and thumbnail, and I'm not going to go over them in depth right now because each one of those topics is a 20-minute video in itself. But what I will say is that I definitely know both of these two things before I press record, and I do that and I make sure that I plan it out so that I give my channel the best chance for optimized titles and thumbnails. Now, I recently made a video about YouTube's algorithm update and the new AI scanner that it has, which makes SEO extremely beneficial to creators this year and beyond. And let me just say, the main SEO aspect of it all when it comes to YouTube and doing optimization is your title and your thumbnail. So the idea here when I choose a title is that it is mostly curiosity based and it's less how to, and it's more of my experience. So for example, instead of creating a video on how to get more YouTube views, I'm going to title a video like that, how I've uploaded over 1,000 YouTube views, and here's 10 things I discovered. Do you see the difference in the lived experience versus like the boring, generic how-to that anyone can Google or look up with ChatGPT nowadays? The next thing I'll do is I'll specifically think of my thumbnail design and also copy before I hit record. That way, like for example, in this video, I made sure that I took a 30-second screen share video, meaning just 30 seconds of me doing different poses with the silver play button so that my editors can grab a screenshot of this and create the thumbnail design for this specific video. And then I also think of the copy, and the text is going to go on the thumbnail. When it comes to thumbnail practices, just really quick, the basics, you know that you want a nice, clean, clear image of yourself, not a lot of mess in the background, preferably a white background, and you don't want any more than 3 to 5 words on the actual thumbnail. This is like thumbnail 101. And also know that the copy on the thumbnail needs to be curiosity based as well and should be completely different than the actual title of your thumbnail. All right, so after you upload the video onto your channel and you're hit with the detail screen in the YouTube studio, you're like, okay, let's start to optimize. So after you put your thumbnail and title in the description, then the fun begins. And let me just say, here is what powers my entire pre-optimization strategy and how I don't have to remember every single time what to do. It's all laid out. So I have an Asana board. Okay, and in that Asana board, I have everything scripted, planned out, but what makes the Asana board so important is that every single thing I need to do is mapped out. So what this means is the Asana board holds the place where I have my content pillars of my channel, so I never lose sight of what those are, right? The content pillars are YouTube for business, content creation, and YouTube tips, and making more money on YouTube with your business. Okay, so what I have is a template task. Right, so if you know Asana, you know that everything is based off project and then a task. And then when I click on this task and it says template, when you come all the way through here, I understand exactly, and my team does as well, what we do every single video. So it's all listed out and a step never gets missed. And then when I scroll over to the right side of the Asana board, I have everything I do every time that I film a video. So I have scripting, filming, transferring the footage, briefing to my editor, the editing, in review, and then of course publication, where all of the YouTube videos and information for that video project are housed. So going back here to the template, like this video right here, 10 things I do before I hit publish on my YouTube videos, I click on it and I go into my script, okay? And what I do is I have my light script right here so that I have a list of things that I want to remember. And then when I go back to the main one, okay, and then also what I do is I take inspiration. You can see here, this guy's Dan the Creator. I take thumbnail inspiration of videos on the same topic that already convert. So I have that in the main description. And then I have the script here, notes, thumbnail creation, so I can see what's next on the to-do list. Okay, so then I will be able to easily go into the YouTube studio and go down the list of the description, tags, etc. Which brings me to my next point, and that is a keyword-rich description. So next, what I do is I leverage ChatGPT. This is where the first ChatGPT prompt comes in handy, and I tell ChatGPT based on the title and the transcript of the video, which you can access the transcript for free on auto-generated in the subtitles. I combine that and I tell ChatGPT to give me about 100 character paragraph SEO rich description in my voice of what this video is about to make sure it attracts attention with the algorithm. And it does. It creates a beautiful paragraph that I then copy and paste, put into the description. And then at the same time, to kill two birds with one stone, then I say in the same prompt, give me 20 comma separated keywords that are going to be recognizable with this algorithm and that relate to the video. And then all I do again is copy and paste the comma separated, and then I put it in the secondary keyword, or AKA tag area of the backend optimization, and boom, I have that. So those two things are created within just a couple of minutes. The next thing that I do not forget is I always put my main funnel, or whatever I'm trying to drive traffic to in the video, on the very first link, or line, I should say, very first line of the description. Now this is interesting because before I always used to say, hey, you have to put the title of the video on the first link so it's better for YouTube optimization and more searchable in Google. That's not really relevant anymore. And I'm a business owner. I always want to drive traffic to my business and website and funnels first. So you'll always see, probably 90% of the time, my lead magnet right there on the front line, or I'm sorry, the top line of the description. And then all other relevant links to my website, to my affiliate links, to other courses I have will be towards the middle. So as a recap, we've talked about so far the title, thumbnail, a paragraph keyword rich description, funnel and website links. Now the next thing you need to do is focus on cards. Okay, so a card is the link right here that'll pop up like, hey, check out this video I just made about the 9 things I do to leverage AI as I'm growing a channel of less than 1,000 subscribers. And there'll be a link, boop, right here that pops up. That is a card. And that's super easy to do. You just click where it says cards and you pin in the video where you want a video to pop up, or a link, or a channel. And side note, you can't add a link to a website until your channel is officially monetized with the Google AdSense program, but I highly recommend adding links to other YouTube videos and playlists in the meantime. The next thing, which is extremely important, is an end screen. And the reason why it's so important is because oftentimes we think that the CTR of the channel, meaning the thumbnails, are really important, which they are, but there are 2 CTRs on a YouTube channel that are important. That's the CTR of the people that are clicking on your thumbnail and your video, and the CTR of the end screen. So how many people are continuing to click and watch your videos after the video is done? So you have 2 of them, right? You have the CTR of the main channel, which should be between 7 to 10% for a small channel, between 4 to 6% for a bigger channel, and the click-through rate of an end screen, which should be above 3 to 4%. That's a very healthy range. And the way we do it here at Subscribers to Sales and on my team is we always shout out a video. That's it. We don't want people like going to the subscribe button. We put one thing, and that is a playlist. On a square, you'll see the template pop up of the end screen. My video editors put like arrows, like watch next video. So it's very clear. I just want you to do one thing, watch the next video. And pro tip, when you put the next video, make sure you put it in a playlist so that people are clicking onto a playlist and not just a single video. All right, so we went over secondary keywords, also known as tags. I use ChatGPT to create those tags, and then you just make sure you copy and paste them in the tag section. Then this one right here, watch your video. Okay, make sure you watch it on unlisted, obviously, and you want to make sure you're putting a first comment on your video because everyone sees the first comment and you want to make sure you pin it. Okay, so you want to make sure in the first comment it's saying something engaging like, hey, what's your biggest takeaway of this video? Or drop your favorite recipe if you made a video about the best vegan recipes. But make sure you pin the comment to the top so that it doesn't get lost in the comments you get after, and then you put your most important website link or funnel link in that pinned comment as well. All right, the last two things aren't super important to SEO, but I've decided like I want to include them as we do SEO, and those are timestamps and hashtags. I'm not a huge fan of hashtags, honestly. You can use hashtags or not. Like I heard a statistic somewhere that it's only the driver of like 0.1% of traffic. So for discoverability, hashtags aren't really relevant, but you know, whatever, we use them anyway. And so it's really easy to ask ChatGPT to make timestamps for you. You just basically say, hey, here's my video, here's the title, here's the transcript, create 6 to 8 timestamps for this video, make sure they're curiosity based and they don't give away the point, and they'll create the timestamps for you, but it's impossible for them to get the actual time right. They don't know how to evaluate the time and where words are said in the video. So that's where it's kind of like, hey, it's probably best to just do this by hand or have a channel manager do this for you. So this is a lot so far, and we're only halfway through what you critically need to do. And I would say to you, especially you business owners watching this video, outsource this. You can outsource all of this. And this is exactly what we help our clients do on Team Subscribers to Sales is, hey, not only do we coach you and consult you and do the heavy lifting for you in our programs, we help you install an internal YouTube team onto your channel, because this is a lot, right? And as a business owner, you don't have extra hours during the week to do the optimization. It's extremely important, but you don't need to do this yourself. And this is why I highly advise outsource right away as soon as you can for somebody to do these things for you. Because realistically, you don't have time to watch the entire video and match it with the cards and go through all of this stuff, because again, we're not even halfway done. And so if that sounds interesting to you, you can check out the link in the description to apply to work with my team to see what that could look like, because you want to focus on the income producing activity, which is filming. Okay, the next step is actually a bonus step, and it's not mission critical, but think about it, okay? And this is something I'm actually testing as well. So proceed at your own caution. I don't know how this will perform, but I'm excited about it to try, and that is YouTube Shorts. So my plan is to take a long form content segment, or for every long form video, have my editors take a really great segment from that video or several segments and combine it into one to make a power clip and repurpose that and create a YouTube short out of it. And then also create a original reel style short where it's me talking in my cell phone outside by the trees or whatever about the topic of this video. And the idea is for both of those two shorts to link to this long form video or whatever long form video I'm doing and push traffic to it, okay? And get those short viewers to be and convert to long form viewers and watch my long form content. I made a whole video about how I believe that YouTube finally fixed the shorts algorithm to finally cross promote long form videos correctly. So I'll leave that link in the description as well, or up here so you can check that out. Okay, the next thing, I think I mentioned it, but just real quick in case I didn't, you want to make sure you watch your video and give it a like. That's it. Okay, next thing. Reply to comments. Now this is after the video is published, but it's really great practice for you to reply to all comments the first hour after it's published, especially if you have a channel with over 100,000 subscribers or whatever. Like, it's, the comments can really start to pop off, especially when people have conversations in the comments, but you want to be sure you're responding to all of those. So that's post optimization. We're talking about pre, but I just wanted to mention that. Community tab. This is so important and very overlooked. What you want to do is when a video is gonna go live, you can pre-schedule the videos in your community tab. So what that means is you can go to your community tab, click on new video, and you grab the video and you just say, hey, here's the latest video, link to it, and schedule it to post and go live shortly after your YouTube video goes live. And you don't want to miss this step, because community tab is a source of traffic, and it may seem, especially if your channel is small, that no one's clicking and no one's watching and it doesn't matter. People are clicking. I can promise you, okay? Because now it's really cool, because on mobile, when you see a video that's posted in the community tab, it starts playing automatically, so they can see the beginning, 10, 20 seconds of the video, which is even more reason why people are clicking on those videos that are posted natively in the community tab. Here's another great thing to get in the habit of once you have all the prior things I mentioned down and you have a YouTube editor who does the thumbnails and also community manager. Start split testing your thumbnails, okay? Because for example, on a recent video I did, which was called I Challenge You to Commit to 90 Days to YouTube, I had my editors create two versions of the thumbnail. One had text at the bottom and the other one did it. And so what we do is we set those up to split test against each other. So in the YouTube studio area in the details where you upload the thumbnail, there's an option where it says test and compare, and then you can actually split test up to 3 thumbnails. Okay, this is really cool, but this is going to give you the winner, and this is everything, because if you're able to gain an extra 3,000 views just from simply split testing a thumbnail, this is so important. So it's worth the extra effort for the graphic designer or person doing your thumbnails to create 2 to 3 versions to split test right away so you can find out what the winner is and keep that one. All right, the next 3 things are super important to getting even more reach, and I do these things on a tool called Go High Level. That's my CRM. I love it, love it, love it. So I'll leave my affiliate link in the description if you want to support and grab a Go High Level account today. You'll see how incredible it is and how I've switched my entire business from Kartra to Go High Level. So let's go behind my screen and I'll show you how I promote my YouTube videos even more with these 3 tools within Go High Level. Okay, so welcome to my Go High Level account. Right here in this area where it says my business name, you want to make sure that you are in the sub account, meaning when you have a Go High Level, you are in the agency view when you have to switch over to the sub account. Just FYI, kind of an interesting thing with Go High Level. Okay, but the main thing is once you get here to your sub account view, you can scroll down all the way here to where it says marketing. Now this is going to be the first thing we take a look at because we're going to look at the social planner. So what I do in social planner is I schedule out all of my socials to Instagram, LinkedIn, even YouTube shorts you can upload here, even TikTok you can do. And what I do is I come here whenever I have a short or the short that correlates to the YouTube video, I come here to new post, all right, and create new post. And let's just say for the simplicity of time, I just want to upload to Instagram. I have my accounts connected, so I click on Instagram. Okay, and then what I do here is I come and I make sure it's going to be a reel, right? Because you're going to have maybe like a 60-second clip from your YouTube video. And then I come here and then this is where the caption is going to go. So let's see, I don't have a caption, but let's pretend I do. Caption goes here. And then there is the file. So there are previous reels. You want to upload the latest footage. I already have previous reels here. So let's just say this is the reel that I want. Then I just double click it really. I double click it and then it uploads here. Okay. And then caption goes here and then let's, text, more text. And then let's say you have like comment, YT to see the full video. And then what this is going to do, similar to ManyChat, if you have ManyChat, Go High Level has its own version of ManyChat. It's going to send the YouTube link to the person who commented YT. So it'll send the YouTube video to them, and that's really, really cool. The other thing you can do here, this is the real image or thumbnail image. If you have a thumbnail image that you want to switch out, all you got to do is come here and click custom thumbnail. And then this is another one, insert media, and then this is going to be the thumbnail of the reel on Instagram. So this is really awesome. So you can do this, you can post it now, or you can schedule to post later, which I highly advise. So schedule this maybe to post 24 hours after your YouTube video has already gone live. So you just go schedule a post. Let's say I want to post it next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Super easy. Now that is locked in and this is scheduled. And just to show you again, it's super easy to post to LinkedIn from here. For example, this post has a LinkedIn post as well associated with it. So it's the same thing. So whether you want a carousel image or your YouTube video clip, they can all be published within clicks and a couple of posts and uploads. This takes like seconds to do. So I think that is really, really cool. So the next thing you want to do, we are in the social planner tool of marketing, right? When you're in the marketing as well, you can hop on over to where it says email. And then the next thing I do is I always send an email of the latest video. This is a great way because your email list is hot. Of course, assuming you are building your list, but make sure you're emailing your YouTube videos to your audience because they are already engaged with you. They want to know more and get updated about your videos and everything, your marketing. So this is really easy. All you got to do is come here to where it says emails, go to campaigns. You can see all the campaigns we've had before. You can create folders of emails you want. So we have a folder specifically called YouTube Video Email Blast, which means we blast all of our latest videos to our email subscribers. Okay, so what I do, it's really easy every single time. So for video 38 that will be posted next, I come here, make a duplicate of this campaign or a clone, and then it clones, and then you can see the draft right here. And then what I do is I go into draft and I make sure this is the old email that I already had. So I make sure I edit all of this. This will all be created based on the latest video. But one thing I want to say is I leverage ChatGPT to create this email right here. So I make sure I create a chat and I feed it information about my voice. Like, hey, here's my voice. I feed it my webinars, my presentations, my sales copy, all that, so that it knows how I speak. And then when I do this, I just say, hey, here's this latest video. Here's the title, the transcript. I want you to make a fire email that promotes it and highlights the main points of the video and is at the same time casual, bold, and authentic, or whatever the case may be. And then it will create the email for you. Then you copy and paste it into here. And then you schedule it out to send to your contacts in your email list. You can send it to people by name. You can send it by tags, list to theirs that they're subscribed to, etc. All right, then the next thing we got going on is the workflow. All right, so a workflow is right here tucked in the automation. Then when you click on it, this menu comes up, and what this is you can create folders as well, folders that house different workflows. Now this is, well, like there's no way to go over all the options, but basically what this is they have an automation where it takes the place of ManyChat. So we can create workflows for you so that you can have people comment whatever word, keyword on your Instagram post, and it'll send them something. So for example, if I go into this workflow here, it's called new YouTube channel, because basically what happens was when people comment on a post, okay, it could be any post. If they comment the phrase new YouTube, it sends them my new YouTube channel. So it's the same thing. All I want to do for a new YouTube video is what I'll do is I'll clone this workflow that I already created, and I'll say, hey, make sure that if anyone comments XYZ, whatever, it doesn't matter, send them this link and it'll be the YouTube video. And then another pro tip, when you send people to a YouTube link in the description, or I'm sorry, when you send people to a YouTube link in Instagram, it doesn't automatically open in the YouTube app. When you mask your YouTube link in a tiny URL, when people click on it in the DMs, it'll open up in the YouTube app, which is what you want. Okay, this is how you get the watch time. So be sure, pro tip, to put your YouTube video link here and create a tiny URL for it. This is kind of like Bitly, but think of, this is tiny URL. So then when you have this tiny URL link, you're going to have that be the link that you send out. So respond on comment. So you can say, hey, awesome. When somebody comments the keyword, you can say awesome, send you a DM. And then in the DM, you can say, hey, Marissa here, awesome to have you, drop a comment. Here's the link to my latest video title, and then link. And then that's what you put the link in here, right? That's where you drop the link. So it's really cool because you can put the link like as is in the message, or you can have someone click on a button, right? Like tap the button if you want to see the video. And then you can have a button that looks like new YouTube channel, tap, and then it'll send the link to the video. And that's that. Then you just save the action and then you are all done. Okay, so those three things, the email blast, the keyword, and also the social planner so that you can post a clip of your YouTube video on your Instagram and other social medias is really key to having major discoverability and promoting your video and getting as many views on it as possible for all the hard work that you have done. All right, if you found this video helpful today in the tutorial, you're going to love the video I have coming up next, all about the 9 ways I'm leveraging AI in order to grow my small YouTube channel of less than 1,000 subscribers. You can click right here and I will see you on that next video.